good idea. There we go. Hello, y'all. Welcome back to yet another episode of Luis el Apóstol Feliz. You already know who I am. I am Luis el Apóstol Feliz. And pardon me if I have to talk a little slow, because, my puppies are, asleep, and, I don't want to wake them up. And so, I want to talk to you guys about, 2025 and how, it was different, but in a good way. So, let's talk about, so, let's talk about, January. um, January 2025, it was our official last month living in David Drive. And I know what y'all are saying. Didn't you like David Drive? I did. I loved David Drive at its fullest. And not only it was a great area to live in, you know, you know, meeting Alma, meeting, the meeting my friend Ernesto, meeting my friend Ed, my neighbor Ed, my neighbor Lois, my neighbor. Uh, I had a lot of neighbors when I used to live in David Drive, but it was not. It was not our permanent home. So you know, and I also met Alfonso. I met Miguel, and can't forget Toño Ortega, and and those were the best trash men that I've met every Tuesday. Because I cheered them on when the when they come every Tuesday. You know, sometimes there are some drivers that don't give a fulan about blowing the horn, and I'm okay with that. Can't win them all, and so and so and so and I also met Sergio, the UPS man, and I also met Alma, and so she is a dandy of a male male lady, and so that's what I really loved about living at David Drive. But you know, David Drive, our time in David Drive does not last forever, because on January 15th of this year, we moved to this new house. And I'm loving it I'm loving every single bit about our new house. I got to use the pool during summer, and man, oh man, it is a dandy. And you know, y'all have seen my videos on you know, swimming in the pool, jumping on the pool, and touching the deep end too. Touching the deep end too. And so that's what I really loved. And so let's move on to April 14th. I was outside in I was outside doing a video of, you know, our new table. Nothing happened. But then, as I was, saying goodbye, as I was saying goodbye, as I was signing off on my YouTube video, you know, I felt vibrating, and I'm like, what the fulano? And it was weird, and I knew it was weird because you know everything was going, everything was smooth sailing till when I was at the other table. I was like, whoa, and that scared the living fulanos out of me. And we celebrated, Lalo's party, and you know we celebrated Lalo's party there here in our new home, and you know we had our comings and goings in our new home. Now, I also loved this year because of the fact that it was it was a good time. We had good times, because in July of this year, we we got Nyla, our German Shepherd, and also during September we have we got we got Bella and Charlie, and you know you know September 8th was a monumental day, as well as September 9th, because that's when we got Bella and Charlie. and and we've done some renovations here and there. You know, the kitchen is better. You know, my my parents' primary bathroom is already done. The only thing left is to do the to put in a door, and so that's 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 it. And so little by little, this year has been a dandy, but you know, I'm sure the question, one of the question marks for 2026 is what what will 2026 bring? Oh, and I also brought you guys in 2025, reviews, of model models. Like, I've done diecast reviews. I've done a whole. I've done a host of. I have done a host of, you know, reviews, like, my Chelsea boots, my, these. these these boots that I'm wearing, y'all. Yes, they turned 1 year old on September 26th, and my goodness, and you know, it was a it was a monumental year because when we moved to this house, you know, it was a big mess, you know, and the rooms, this living room, which I'm currently in, lacked in, you know, was lacking in lighting. But now that we have lights, it's a dandy. So, hope you guys really enjoy your video, your day. I wish you guys all the best in 2025, 2026. Even though we're still 2 days away, even though we're still 2 days away from, you know, the end of the year, you know, we just wanted to bring in the new year with bringing you more vlogs, more content, and yeah. So, hope you guys enjoy this video. Make sure you guys comment, like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so that y'all never miss any of my future content. And my wish for 2026 is to reach 1,000. 1,000 subscribers. So, y'all pray for me. I, y'all pray for me so that I can reach 1,000 subscribers. So, thank you guys for watching. Until next time, Luis el Apóstol Feliz saying Happy New Year. Peace.